Now, this great venue has hosted some memorable playoff games over the years, and these Bear fans are hoping to make some new memories today at Soldier Field in Chicago. Tonight, it's the NFC's turn to take center stage as we've got a wild card matchup on tap between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Chicago Bears. Winner go home is the mantra, and off we go. We're underway in this NFC wildcard game. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line.
Check 59. Mike is 59. Mike is 59. You gonna see me in your nightmare, son. You gonna see me in your nightmare. Check. Lucky.
They'll run on first down. Taylor. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
Now this throw caught left side, and they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
First down, Eagles.
Go. 20. Keep it up, guys.
On first down, Taylor. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Mike 3. Target. Hey, Roy.
Wentz going to throw. For the reception made by Alshon Jeffrey. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. That one good for 26 and a first down. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Switch. Show it up.
Now a give right side. It's Taylor. About 3 yards there to the 27.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
The 27-yard line.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Lefty.
Now Taylor. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
Here we go. Waiting. Watch the slap. Watch it. Ram. Watch the twist. Watch the twist. Quick. Watch the whip.
And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
On second down, it's Taylor. He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
And this will be play number 8 of the opening drive. It's 3rd and short. Taylor. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. And they got 3 yards. That's enough. A conversion, and now it's 1st and goal. So 1st and goal and an opportunity for our first points in this wild card game. Throwing is Wentz. And he rifles one incomplete. He was trying to get it to Zach Ertz that time. But it'll be 2nd and goal.
Brandon, some of those windows to throw the football that exist when you're between the 20s, they don't exist when you're this close to the goal line. But as a former DB, I liked it closer to the goal line. Tighter windows made it easier to cover people, actually.
On 2nd down now, it's Taylor. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, but now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
Now they've gotten it to the 4 on this opening drive, but now they face a 3rd and goal. The give to Taylor. No gain on the play that time, so a big stop, and it's going to leave him with a 4th and goal. It's awfully tempting to go for this, isn't it?
It certainly is, and there's a big part of me that says let's go ahead and do it because they've got momentum. It's been a nice drive to start the game, but from this distance, the odds aren't with them at all. Take the 3 points, feel good about that, come back, get the touchdown on your next drive.
Yeah, and you're on the road, so snag the lead while you can. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Set. 250. 32. Screen. Watch the screen. Tight yard. Tight yard. Tight yard. Stay 50. Stay 50. He's coming. Double up.
On the ground, this is Rashad Penny. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. It was Josh Sweat who got him down on the defensive side.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Watch the slip. Watch the slip.
And this is Gabriel on the catch. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be 3rd down.
No gain on the play. Brings up 3rd down and 9.
Three 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
Eagles 3, Bears 0.
The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd down. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And, boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a fourth down. Here comes the Bears punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Taylor now returning it. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it?
A big seam, and he might go all the way. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A great effort there. 70 yards. And the Eagles are able to strike quickly for 6. They talked about stringing together some explosive plays here in the playoffs. That was a pretty explosive play.
It certainly was. And if you're going to win on the road, it certainly helps to have big playability in your hip pocket, doesn't it?
This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion. Guys a little bit jumpy.
But you do.
Oh, you understand the same way. It's just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went 3 and out.
And now they have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
36, 36. Alert!
Now Rashad Penny, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
It's 3rd down and 5.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Check 3, check 3, check 3. Alert! Omaha, ready to move. Hey, exit.
Just beating the play clock. Stafford. He's got the hook up to Miller. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a first down.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. And here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. 25 yards that time.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one. And that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain.
25, check 25, check 25. Check your hot read.
On the draw, this is Penny. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 39-yard line.
Blue 60. Single. Watch 80. He likes to get those jump balls. 32.
On 2nd and 11 now. Stafford airing it out deep for Smith. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, it's a cold night, and whether you're a quarterback that wears a glove on his throwing hand or not, that ball is a rock, Brandon. You've got to really drive it through the cold and the wind, or it can take off on you. And that may have been what happened there.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in, because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are.
Let's fly two.
Here's Taylor. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make 2nd down pretty tough. 2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. Coming up at the half, we remind you that we're going to do what we've done all year. We'll get you down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown of what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin the road to the upcoming Super Bowl. On 2nd and 15 now. Wentz, and complete to Zach Ertz. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Here we go. 180. Watch tight end. They kill. They force kill. Mike three.
From the gun, it's Wentz. And Jeffrey's got it. An Eagle first down. Wentz hooking up with Jeffrey.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
You used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this. When he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. A big play there with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And that makes our score 17-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown. So decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan? Or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
Blue down. 40 yards.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A good pickup, 17 yards and a Bear first down. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. The Bears on the move. They've got another first down. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Check nickel, nickel, nickel.
Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
Anytime the offense shows what they call a shot play or a chunk play where they're trying to get big yardage, sometimes people just call it gadget plays, and you hold it to a gain that we just saw there, you feel pretty good about yourself as a defense.
Ready. 280. Mike 40, Mike 40. You ain't got nothing. You ain't got nothing. Hey, hey, 40's Mike. 40's Mike right there. 40's Mike. 21. 40's Mike. 40. Hey.
To the air again, Stafford. This one into the hands of Burton. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8. Well, this is how you shape the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row, I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
Push him back. 11. Yeah, check. Hey, Mike. Hey, no, let's switch the mic right here. We go Mike 40, Mike 40.
Stafford on first down. Going for it all. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Sidney Jones. Really nice pick there for the reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week. And a good story on that. He said he didn't even know he won the award. His buddy had to call him. He saw it on television and said, hey, congratulations. How about that?
And I'll bet you his buddy said, well, since you didn't know, I'll just go ahead and claim the award, right? And everything that goes along with it. But just saw their instincts, understanding where the play is going and being able to make a play on the football.
So after the INT, here's Wentz. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Well, it's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And he'll push forward here for a good little run as the clock continues to run. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll set up a 3rd down. So we come upon halftime here in this NFC wildcard matchup as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. One of these two teams about to play their final half of the season as we're back at it in this NFC wildcard bout. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go!
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 21-yard line.
after the loss to start out. Here's 2nd and 11.
Get this. 40's the mic. 40's the mic. Oh, here we go. Oh. Hey. Mike 40. Hey, watch the slant. Mike 40. Check.
From the gun, here's Stafford. Looking deep for Gabriel. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive.
Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Hey, easy. You ain't going nowhere.
Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. He's going to let this one go deep. And that will be incomplete. Another drive comes and goes. Still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, you know, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. You just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. To return is Taylor. A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Yeah, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion.
Run.
They'll run with Taylor. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
2nd and 11 at the 41-yard line.
Here we go. Waiting. You can't block me.
Shotgun now for Wentz. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Wentz. And he'll hit Jeffrey complete. Philadelphia picking up the first on a gain of 15.
They hit that crossing route really well. Excellent timing, puts it right on him, and he keeps running.
Yeah, turned it upfield for good yardage. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. They run with Taylor. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for an Eagle first down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Check. Fresno.
Taylor. And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down. On 2nd down, it's Taylor. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Here's Wentz to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Khalil Mack with a big-time sack on 3rd down. It's a loss of 7.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
And this one is right down Broadway. And that right there is something we've seen, I don't know, 15 times in NFL history. That will officially go down as a 60-yard field goal.
And everything has to be absolutely perfect for this to have any chance. He's got to get it out low and really drive through it. And I tell you, that was one heck of a kick. One heck of a decision on the sideline to even try it as well.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Second and 10 now from the 27.
Here we go. Let's bring it. Let's go. Let's bring it. Let's bring it.
To throw again. Stafford. And the pressure gets to him and brings him down. Stafford is sacked. Fletcher Cox. What an effort from him on that play. Big tackle for a loss of 11. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Out of the gun, Stafford. Looking here for Smith downfield. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off at the 28. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line.
Well, Brandon, there's no question who they're going to look to on 3rd and long, but you can bet this defense knows that as well, so they've got him blanketed downfield. And this ball winds up being intercepted.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They go to the ground again with Taylor. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
Switch. Watch the shit.
Now a give to Taylor. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
1 quarter remains in this NFC wild card matchup. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. The Eagles send out their punter now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. He gets this away. It's a good one. Drawing toward the sidelines. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points. You feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Throw left side complete. It's Morgan. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A well-executed 22-yard gain. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. They move, and they know it affects the defense, because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary, and I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang up.
And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off down at the 2. And not much on the return there. He'll take it only up to the 9-yard line. Well, Charles, he's thrown 5 picks in a game before, and right now, after that one, he's standing on number 4.
And right now, your defensive coordinator is asking the offensive coordinator, can you do anything to slow this down? Because my guys have to keep running back out on the field. So play calling may come into it a little bit, maybe run the ball a little bit more. But a lot of it depends on the scoreboard. They may have to keep throwing it.
They'll run on first down. Taylor. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down. Finally, defensively, they have a little clip to show positive for actually stopping him running the football.
It's been a really long night for them, hasn't it? So they got a little bit of a win there, but let's face it, the vision that he's had running the football is carried.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Nick Kwiatkowski able to maneuver in for the sack.
I think most quarterbacks would love to have the goal line actually extend up into the air and turn into a wall. They can put their back against it and know exactly where they are on the field so they don't end up in the end zone. Didn't do it on that play, but perilously close to the goal line.
And I don't know if he made it out of the end zone. No signal. Yes, it's a safety. So the defense does their job. They get rid of that 0 on the scoreboard. Now we'll see if their offense can come to play.
Well, that's the way you get things started, right? Score yourself on defense, get the ball back for your offense, and tell them, let's go. We're in the game now.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Looking to throw again on second down. Stafford. And that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2.
Switch. Shoot.
They'll fake the give. Now Stafford. That's caught by Penny. Certainly not what they wanted there. No gain, and it's 4th down. So they go pass on 3rd and 2. They complete it, but no gain. Should they have tried to run it?
I thought that running the ball in that situation is what they would have done, because at worst case scenario, you may bring up a 4th down decision for your team. Instead, now they're not close to the first down.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down.
Kill.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. But he will not get away. He stopped short of the marker. Pete Carroll rolled the dice, but it didn't work out. And the Eagles are going to take over in great field position. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
He can't hang. He's not going to get me.
On the handoff, this is Taylor. The All-Pro in 2 positions. Khalil Mack there to make the stop. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage. Use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long.
Hey, Mike 7. Mike is 59. Mike is 59.
Play action. Now Wentz. Got his man. It's Arcega-Whiteside. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Here we go. Check 31. Check 31. Check. Great.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and goal. And they'll try to squeeze in one more play here before the 2-minute warning.
Here we go, D. Get off the field.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd and goal now as they look to add a few more points here onto their total. It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more.
Check, 59. Silver. Kill. Lefty.
On 3rd down, Taylor. Call it no gain on the play, so no help there. And now 4th and goal. His carries tonight, they're getting up there, so maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and then. Sometimes you come back and you fake it to him and go play action. But other times you say, okay, they got him on that one. We'll come back to him in another carry.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, Coach, what do you want to call? He just waved a hand like...
And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. Fletcher Cox able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. They'll run with Penny here out of the shotgun. And from the 4, they get it to the 8 on a pickup of 4.
No, that wasn't an explosive run. That wasn't one that took it all the way to the house. But, boy, for a team that's had trouble running it the entire game, that's the kind of run they need, hopefully, to get themselves kick-started.
3rd and long. It's Stafford. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. He's got a man complete. And all the way down to the 42. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. And a wild card win moves them on to the divisional round.
Everyone plays all year long for the right to get into the tournament, as they like to call it. Wild card, divisional, doesn't matter to them. One moves on, one goes home.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com.